More active weather is on the way, with rounds of heavy rain expected to continue into the start of the work week. And our number one concern still remains flash flooding. We'll break down that threat coming up.
While mourning the loss of three, a McGoffin County family is trying to figure out how to cover funeral costs.
And a dog rescued from a home in southern Kentucky is now missing in central Kentucky.
We're in this to save dogs, not lose them.
The latest on the search for Harvey.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Another wet weekend in the Bluegrass State. Thanks for staying up with WKYT. I'm Kristen Kennedy. We are tracking more rain and a drop in temperatures to start the work week. A flash flood watch is still in effect for much of Kentucky. That is why our WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day continues tonight. Mike Linden is tracking the threat on the First Alert Defender.
That's right, Kristen. We are looking at more rain as we close out the remaining days of 2015. Right now, we are still looking at some relatively light rainfall, of course, comparative to what we saw earlier today, with heavy downpours across most of central and western Kentucky. Right now, though, we are still under this flood watch for any of the counties here overlaid in green. For the most part, again, that includes central and western Kentucky. That will be until Monday evening. And now a flood warning is in effect for the Licking River. That includes portions of Harrison, Nicholas, and Robertson counties. That will hang with us until Tuesday evening because, of course, for the river to get up and out of its banks, it needs to get to that point, which will take a little time after the rain ends Monday evening. So that will stay with us until Tuesday evening, the chance for some additional flooding there. This is all part of a pretty large system that has brought severe weather across the country, especially to Texas. And we will be looking at more of that heavy rain working its way northward into your day tomorrow. Coming up, I'll break down hour by hour when you can expect to see the heaviest downpours and what it could result in moving forward. Kristen?
Mike, we are learning tonight about a family on their way home to McGoffin County on Christmas Eve that never made it back. Sandra, Andrea, and Nevaeh Bauer died in a two-car crash on Kentucky 114 in Floyd County Thursday evening. State police say the driver of the car they crashed into, 52-year-old Roland Patrick, also died. Tonight, friends and family are trying to help the Bauer family raise money to pay for the three funerals. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner has our top story at 11.
Danny had already made up, him and Sandy ahead of time, cookies for the children to come and decorate.
It was the day before Christmas and family was headed home for the holiday.
So they had some good plans made. It didn't pan out.
But while traveling through Floyd County, the Bauer family would be part of a two-vehicle accident. Sandra Bauer, Andrea Bauer, and Sandra's granddaughter, Nevaeh, all died. Her daughter-in-law taken to the hospital with serious injuries.
The Bauer family is left without answers. The only information they've gotten is from a 6-year-old survivor of the crash.
He said that they were on their way to Granny's house and that his little sister had fell in his lap. I don't know, nobody knows what he meant by that. And he had told also that the men that had taken him out of the car.
Bauer says it's hard to put into words what happened this week. Funeral arrangements have put an enormous financial burden on the family, but friends from both near and far have stepped in to help.
It's just unreal. I mean, what the donations that he's receiving are going to help him so much. It's just going to ease the burden of the funeral itself.
In McGoffin County, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
If you would like to help the family, we have a link to their fundraising page on our website. We are tracking a developing story out of southern Kentucky. State police are on the scene of a deadly crash involving a semi in McCreary County. The crash happened on Kentucky 92 East near the Whitley-McCreary County line. State police say a semi was involved in the crash. They also tell us the driver of the semi died. Crews airlifted 2 people to a Tennessee hospital. State transportation crews estimate keeping the road closed for another 4 hours. Police in Louisville are still trying to figure out what caused hundreds of teenagers to start fights in a mall. St. Matthews police estimate between 1,000 to 2,000 kids were involved in fights that forced the mall to close early. Surveillance cameras inside one store captured a large group running toward the exits.
It's like a bunch of guys run to outside and scream. Somebody got to go inside to the mall, and I mean the customer, he don't know what happened, what's going on.
The St. Matthews Police Department plans on meeting with mall management this week to talk about preventing a similar situation. An Eastern Kentucky business owner lost her store to a fire this weekend. Diane Castle has owned Family Foods in Lawrence County since 1997. And late last night, she watched flames engulf her grocery store. Lawrence County emergency management leaders say the fire started in a truck in the parking lot, and the flames quickly spread to the building.
He was parked a little too close to the store, and it was a little windy, and the next thing we know, the building's on fire. They worked all night long. They really tried to save it, but it just wasn't meant to be.
Castle believes someone vandalized and intentionally set the truck parked next to the store on fire. She doesn't know if she'll rebuild. A dog rescued from a southern Kentucky home is now missing in central Kentucky. Harvey was one of more than 150 dogs involved in a Laurel County hoarding case. Rescue crews brought him to Frankfort to Life House for Animals shelter. And late last night, shelter leaders say Harvey slipped out of his harness. WKYT's Hillary Thornton has the latest on the search for Harvey.
For more than a week now, rescue groups and volunteers have been pouring into the makeshift animal shelter at the Laurel County Fairgrounds.
It was absolutely overwhelming to see that many dogs crated in one place.
More than 150 dogs taken by state police in the home of Stephanie Fields, director of Homeward Bound.
It just took my breath away, and then I just went in and I thought all I can do is try to help them one at a time.
Overwhelmed by the amount of dogs in need of a home, Laura Helton went in and picked several to transport to Life House for Animals in Frankfort.
I want to take them all, so I picked the 7, and Harvey was one of them.
Harvey spending only a few hours at the place working to give him a better life before slipping out of his leash.
It breaks my heart after everything that dog has been through.
Now on the run alone in Frankfort for more than 20 hours.
I'm sure he's cold and wet and scared.
Now the search is on for little Harvey, a dog they believe is between 4 and 5 years old. The dog they say has been through a lot in those years.
I think he's going to be too frightened. He won't come to anyone. Don't chase him. That's the worst thing anyone could do is chase him, because that would possibly send him out into traffic.
Hoping a dog they have rescued once can be rescued again.
We all are devastated. No, we're in this to save dogs, not lose them. He was spotted today, so we have hope.
In Frankfort, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
If you see Harvey, rescuers recommend keeping an eye on him and calling Life House for Animals immediately. 2 Lexington parents need help giving their child one more Christmas gift this year. Donnie and Joe Grayson's 8-year-old son Thatcher has autism, and they worry that they'll soon have trouble keeping up with them. They say Thatcher sometimes gets up in the middle of the night and they don't want him to wander off alone. The Graysons say an autism assistance dog would be a huge help.
It would be a life changer in ways that we don't know. If you had a dog here, the dog could alert us to the fact that, hey, he's awake. It could alert us to the fact that he's at the doors.
For Paws for Ability trains autism assistance dogs. The Graysons say it will cost them about $14,000 for the dog and the training. They have set up a fundraising page for Thatcher's dog, and we have a link to that page on our website, WKYT.com. Mike, you know this wet weather is causing some problems across the region. One Madison County man says high waters are flooding the Richmond Cemetery. Michael Smith has 4 siblings buried in that cemetery, and right now portions of his family's grave sites are underwater.
It's very heartbreaking. I mean, you know, you want to come see your brothers and sisters and your loved ones that's passed away, and you can't walk up to the grave and see them.
Smith has spent decades visiting his family's plots in the cemetery. He says he started noticing the problem with flooding a few years ago. Tornadoes have killed at least 11 people in Texas this weekend. Survivors and emergency crews have now started the long cleanup process. Omar Villafranca is in Rowlett, Texas, with a look at some of the damage.
The disaster is Texas-sized, and one those who survived will never forget.
We ran inside the bathroom, hunt down, and next thing you hear is crashing glass.
Oh! The occasional lightning strike illuminated the twisters that started touching down in the Dallas area around 6:30 Saturday night. At least 11 people died, including several who were in their cars when a tornado crossed Interstate 30. Officials say the path of destruction stretches for 40 miles and more than 600 structures are damaged or destroyed. Weather forecasters say 2 tornadoes clocked speeds of up to 200 miles per hour, tossing mobile homes like toys and flattening entire streets. The governor of Texas says the situation is still volatile across the northern part of the state that is simultaneously experiencing extreme ice and snow conditions and torrential rain.
We need you to remain vigilant.
Many homes in the community of Rowlett have been reduced to piles of debris. Local officials sent out 4 alerts minutes before the tornadoes hit, warning people to take cover.
And I think that's the reason we have fewer fatalities or fewer injuries than we have.
At this early stage of the recovery, authorities warn the number of victims may still rise. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, Rowlett, Texas.
4 Texas counties are under a state of emergency. The National Weather Service says tornadoes in Texas at this time of year are unusual. We are learning tonight about the Kentucky family killed in floodwaters in Illinois. They were traveling to Minnesota last night. The Marion County, Illinois coroner says 3 adults and 2 children were in their car near Patoka when the floodwaters swept them away. The family called 911 around 7:30, but firefighters couldn't find the car until 11. All 5 people died. According to a Louisville TV station, the family is from Todd County. The coroner has not yet released their names. There is a new voluntary drug testing program in Laurel County, sparking conversations between parents and their kids. Give Me a Reason is the name of the confidential program. It's a drug testing kit that Operation Unite, the Appalachia high-intensity drug trafficking area, and the London Police Department are promoting. Police hope the kit helps teens make good choices.
They don't want children in this area to become another statistic. They want parents to begin talking about drugs early on.
Free tests take about 4 minutes to complete.